Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm really honored to be here. As this, can you give Miss Nina a hand clap, please?
Yay, Nina.
Yes. Can you give her king a hand clap, Mr. Nino?
Yay, Nina. Nina number one. El abuelo de todos.
My name is Curtis Jackson. All my friends call me Action. And why do they call me Action? They call me Action because love is more than just a word. It's a verb. And the reason that we're here today is because we're seeing real-time love in action. All the stories that you've heard today are tearjerkers because they're true stories. Seeing people move from one place to the next place, and that next step was one that maybe they didn't believe that they could actually take. But when someone says that you can, see, when someone says, si se puede, when someone says, si podemos hacerlo, that was my speech that I gave in high school when I became student body president. The second African American president of a student body that was 70% Spanish speaking or Hispanic, Mexican, things of that nature. And they voted me in because I loved them. The beautiful thing is that love has no color.
Amen.
I'll say it again, love has no color.
Yes.
Love has no color. And when I met this wonderful young lady here, as one of you said, she's a ball of fire. She's a ball of love, energy. It's contagious. Positivity is contagious. The question we must ask ourselves is our passions, our purpose, is our attitude worth catching? If we're talking about a cold, but we're talking about an attitude. And I caught it. I caught it. And I thank God that each of you caught it too as well. It's something that I want to keep in my heart forever. You ask, why am I here? Why me? My question to you is, why not? See, when purpose and destiny, right, is calling your name, calling you a different place, the best thing that we can do is not run from your destiny, not because it looks different or difficult or maybe even impossible. You got to pick up the phone. When your time comes, when your opportunity comes, don't sit down, stand. When you have an opportunity to dance, or to sit, take your place in the back, I want each of you to dance. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm taking this opportunity. Another reason why is at the age of 18, I was one of those guys that in my younger life, I was very angry. I was hurt, I was broken. I was a kid in my mother's stomach. My father said to me, as I was in the stomach, you know that babies can hear when you're in the womb, right? Just like when mama sings, the lullabies. My father said, my first words that I heard from my father is that, that's not my son. I was broken before birth. That's part of my story. It's like a track runner that comes out the blocks with no blocks, and you feel like you're at a disadvantage. But oftentimes it's a disadvantage in life that makes you stronger. It makes you dig deeper. It makes you appreciate the people that are around you. And at the age of 18, when I was looking for guidance and for leadership, guess what I found out? I found a gentleman by the name of Larry Palacio. Larry Palacio, he was all tatted up. He had tattoos everywhere, even a teardrop, if you know what that means. He was an ex-inmate, an ex-con, ex-felon that saw an African-American young man that needed some guidance. So he took me under his wing. And I remember waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. What did I smell? I smelled fresh tortillas. Yes, I did. You know, if you work for Taco Bell, that's cool. But Taco Bell and the fresh tortillas that this lady was cooking, there's a huge difference. At that particular point in time, I fell in love. Why? Because they loved me. And I asked myself this question: do they know that I'm African American? Do they know that I'm black? I'm sleeping in their house, right? And he knew that. And he put his arms around me. That's why I say that love has no color. That was one of the gentlemen that allowed me to get my driver's license. He talked to me a little bit more about you're not truly living unless your life is giving. That the world is bigger than me, myself, and I. It becomes beautiful when you think about us, and one another. And he taught me how to love myself because he loved me. And at that particular point in time, I said, if his people can love me, at some point in time, I'm going to love his people. And that's one of the reasons I'm here. Because you look like the man that saved my life. Many of you. You speak the same language as the man that saved my life. And so I'm here out of conviction, not to pay a debt, but to pass it forward. I'm going to help people, right, or be a part of that process. If you need to learn a different language as a bridge to get to your best you, well, let's learn it together. As you're learning English, I'm learning Spanish, and we're going to learn together. We're going to change the world. I'm just really happy for this opportunity. This is not necessarily a speech, although I'm a professional speaker. This is just something from my heart. I met this wonderful gentleman, Mr. Andrews over here. Didn't he give a great speech? I just loved it, right? And the other gentleman, where's he at with the great suit on? Where's he at? Oh, isn't that a great speech? I was
Yes.
like, ooh, wow, that was so good. You know, it's always good when it's from your heart. As mom would cook or grandma would cook, everything always tastes better. You know why? Because it was made with love. And that's how what we're going to do. We're going to make history with the love in our heart. Thank God for people who love God, because God is one of those ones that loves you even in spite of your insecurities or your faults or your failures and things of that nature. And I would say that I'm from a long line of ministers and things of that nature. Very proud of that. And the reason I know that I'm standing here today, it was a praying grandfather, it was a praying grandmother that allowed me to get to this particular point in time. Really, thank you so much, Miss Nina. I appreciate
No,
you.
Miss Nina.
Okay, thank you so much.
Nina.
I can say
Nina.
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 Nino. Thank y'all so much. She said, amen, action. All right.